Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Mandela Catalog explanation series that I made about the Mandela Catalog that was made by Alex Kista. Today's video is part 5. And if you haven't watched the Mandela Catalog or any of my last 4 videos, then you better go watch them because otherwise wouldn't understand. So go watch them first and then come back. And yeah, today we're gonna explain volume 3. Here it is. You can see it here. And let's do. So the video starts with apparently a call from a woman called Lena and a father called like not a woman. She calls a father called Jude, and they both we can see a divorce picture. That means they divorce and they have a child, and their family names are Murray. Who's a character whose name is Murray? Adam Murray, the one we learned from Volume 2. So these are his parents, and that means because we understand that he's still a child because she is calling Jude because he's Adam is crying and all of that. So that means that to this volume is really old, like really old compared to Adam. Currently, we are like around 20 years back. So as well as if it's again something about his imaginary friend or something, he's gonna lose it, and then the call gets changed to a TV channel, and these TV channels are changing until we come to a channel where we can see that the officer was Officer Thatcher and his, let's just say, colleague Ruth Weaver are getting promoted for doing their work and all of that. After that, we go to a dispatch 911 call, which something shouldn't happen. Like if you call 111, you should expect a response immediately, like someone on the other side should answer your call, but it didn't happen. And apparently, Mark Heathcliff, if you remember him from the first, from the start of from the beginning of the Medical Volume 1, he Mark is this, and he got then killed by Caesar, if you remember, right? And it's his professor, probably, and his professor is informing Thatcher or the police that he disappeared from college, like he didn't go to any classes anymore. His parents didn't say anything. He didn't send them a letter or an email, no doctor or paper or something. Like he literally just disappeared from college, so they want to check on him. So who goes to visit Mark house? It's Thatch, and we say let's just say it's his body cam. It's not really his body cam, more like a cam, but we'll call it a body cam. You can see Mark laying dead on the yes on the on the bed with a gun with his hand. If you remember right, that he fought an alternator, and we can see casings because shots were fired. So then the video changed to a video like Ruth. Then gets changed, and this happens is that Ruth is trying to stop Thatcher from continuing to work on this case because they already get promoted. They don't need to work anymore on the alternate case, but he still wants to continue it, and he says he now got proof, and this proof was like the things he fought in Mark's room and proof. So she okay, but she will only believe when she sees it by herself. Like there's more than 3,400 children, 3,426 children that disappeared in their county, and 3 other counties aren't enough reasons that something special, something interesting, something unusual is happening. You're telling me in a short time, in 1 year, 1992, over 3,400 children disappeared in a small area in 4 counties without a trace. It is not a normal like kidnapping thing. It is crazy shit. Really crazy shit. Before we continue, I gotta ask you, If you watch till now and you enjoyed this, please leave a like and subscribe. God, I need a lot of more motivation to continue making videos. Let's continue. So we see now, and let's just say, and after investigation, what they found, as you can see, that Caesar's fingerprints were on the door handle, and Mark got his fingerprints like all over his house because it is his house. But things they took as evidence and the things that Thatcher talked about were VHS tape, the Holy Bible, a notebook from Mark, and a camera. So we then saw some clips from the camera and some VHS sound recording tapes, and we can see that there's someone outside the door, and we can see then that this person is telling Mark to open the doors, and Mark tells no. Then this person, or aka this alternate, as you remember, they can change their voices, and this is what happened.
You need to open the door. No. I am not going away.
And if you can remember, I said that alternates can't only just change their how they look, but also their voice and their little fingerprints. Their fingerprints they change because Caesar's fingerprints were found. Then we see a poster that Caesar is an alternate, and the police is looking for him. And then we can see from like we read the notebook of Mark, let's just say, yeah, and we can see the process of Mark losing his belief in God, and he's starting to lose his mind because what we can see here. Then the video changes to Murray's case, the case we know about, and apparently Officer Thatcher is working with someone called Dave Lee, and this is an owner of the company that sells VHS tapes and stuff. So probably Thatcher is trying like to warn people through VHS tapes. And Dave Lee told him, if you need anything that I can help with your investigation, just call me or something. Yeah. Then it really also changes again. This is the whole on all course is just tapes changing. So it gets changed to a TV show for children. Apparently, somehow I don't know this house is face something for children. Okay, soon, and then we can see it's not a smiley. It's like two eyes and a mouth. It's a character called Stanley. Apparently, side note: rest in peace, Stanley, the creator of Marvel characters. Yeah, let's get back. Stanley tells the kids that are watching that he can make new friends out of thin air, and he can tells them how to do this only if they first became his friends. So the kids accept that, and then he tells them all you need to do is you really need to think hard about this one imaginary friend and close your eyes. And then here comes the important rule: if there's a new friend that lives in your head, it is best to manifest them instead. The thing is that this rule gets cut midway, so we can't, let's just say, at least hear it. What the subtitles, I guess, transcript tells us that.
Always remember the most important rule. If there is a new friend that lives in your head, it is best.
So now he tells us, I say, hey, you know what? I think it worked. Now you imagine your friend is in your house, and it's now your mission to go search for him. The children are cockroaches, and who could be his imaginary friends be? Because we don't really know where the alternate spawn. Like we know they come from Gabriel, but where is the spawn point? So now we have a theory, or a possibility of where they came from, and it is from the imagination of the children. Humans are really hunting themselves, apparently. This is at least what we can say from this kids show. So now the video changes again to a 911 call. On the other one side, it's Officer Thatcher, and the other side, it's probably the father Jude Murray, because you can his voice is kind of similar to the first one we heard. Like, listen, take a close. He said that he thinks his wife is hurt, and there's someone standing in the corner of his house, looking like not looking, staring at him, and he's not trying to steal anything or something. So it means it's a probably an alternate, and he doesn't know him, which is kind of surprising, because the people that try to hunt you, or the alternates trying to hunt you, are in most cases look like people you know, but it's not this case. So maybe this is the alternate, maybe because he said he never seen someone close to him, and but then he sends Ruth is his his female colleague, to the edge, and she tells him that he needs to follow her because her other colleague that was with her pussied out. And then he gets back to the call with the father, but nobody answers anymore. And if you realize, till now we don't know the address. We know it is a future house of Caesar and so, but we don't know that it is like the house of Mary, because volume T is changing between the future with like Mark and so, and then the house and this things with Mary when he was a child. He look at he look at the he look at the video call, okay. So we can see now Thatcher's body cam footage. Ruth is disappeared. Was completely disappeared, even though she was behind him. And this body cam starts to stutter. Then he just realized that someone's there that we can't see till now. He not. So he asked him to identify himself, and already the alternate in this house can. It's we found out it's not it's not intruder, because even though the intruder can mimic voices and appearances, it doesn't do that usually. So it's a normal alternate, and this alternate perfectly mimics his voice and asks him the questions back. Then Thatcher somehow gets attacked, and he manages to escape, and he goes back to the to the what was it called, police station, safely unharmed, all of that. Oh, does he?
Hello? Hello? Identify yourself. Identify yourself. This is a police investigation. I need you to identify yourself. Police investigation. I need you to identify. Look. What do you want?
And then he requests backup, but literally there's no one in the station. There's no one on his what was it called, on his radio. So where did they all go? God knows, but they probably left the server. Here now comes the highlight. He encounters the alternate, and we now know how the alternates kinda exactly look. We know they can mimic appearances, but we don't know the origin body, because everything kinda needs an origin body. This is the closest thing we got to one, and we can see that he's an attack Thatcher and shots fire, but without success. And we know this is another proof that firearms are useless against alternates. And then it ends with Oh, bad decision mark kann sein. Sei keine little bit shows encounter beziehen post.
Wanna be my best friend? He likes to hide, but he wants to meet you. I want to play with him in the TV.
Stop or I'll shoot! I said stay back!
Now the questions are: did Officer Thatcher survive? What happens now? How does it make sense that he survived even though he kinda is in the future when Mark died or something? Which means that he survived but something changed. There's something that changed into him, probably, and we'll know that in the next videos. Hope you enjoyed, thank you for watching, and yeah, here's a video YouTube suggests. I also don't know what I should show you, just watch this. It is a series of the Mandela Catalog. Out.